Deps brings back big swim baits and small soft plastics. Some of the most beautiful, stylish JDM rods, both in spinning and casting from Smith. And it's Easter, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing an Easter egg hunt. The
Yes.
first ever Megabass Easter egg hunt is here. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Deps, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard to find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com. What is up, my friends? I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined by my buddy Jeffrey the King. We're the Hookup Tackle USA. What's up, Jeffrey the King?
Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter, sir. How are you doing this fine Sunday?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. Since it's Easter, it's a party. Do you want to drink?
No, I'm good. It's
Sure.
a very holy day, and I don't think alcohol is very holy.
No, you're supposed to drink.
Oh, you're supposed to?
Yeah, it washes away your sins.
I thought that was wine.
Wine, beer,
Or water.
whiskey, all the same. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Happy whatever it is that you celebrate. Happy fishing day. Cheers to you guys. You sure, Jeff? It's delicious.
That is a tall can.
Mm-hmm. It's the last of my man-size Oreos.
That is ridiculously big when I
It
really
is.
sit down and think about it.
Yeah, it's the best way to start a Sunday. Should I just have Griff take it from here and I'll just sit back and
I don't see why
drink?
not. from
This
here.
sounds like the best
This
thing
sounds like
I
the
can
move.
do. All right, so my wife Kelly and I were sitting around.
Oh no.
We were talking about Easter, and she's like, "What are you doing for Easter?" It's like, I don't know. I mean, the kids are old. Like, run around and chase Easter eggs anymore. They're freaking teenagers, right? And I started thinking, you know what? The problem with Easter egg hunts is that as we get older, we just want dog shit in our Easter egg, right? Enough of them damn Peeps and Cadbury eggs. We don't care about that. We want good shit.
Okay.
But we always like the hunt. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but it seemed like a fun idea. So we have hidden a bunch of Easter eggs on the website.
Oh.
So we talk all the time that if you come into the store, there's some little Easter eggs around here that you gotta walk through the store slowly, right? We decided to do it on the website today. So this is the first ever, the Hookup Tackle Megabass Edition Easter egg hunt. I don't know how it's gonna go. There's a couple hundred random items scattered all around the website. If you guys wanna hunt, go for it. It might be fun. Now, I just want to give you some sneak peeks on some of the items. All the items that we're putting up there are going to be special run or limited edition or maybe discounted because they're open box type items, right? So, I mean, I've got some, leftover bento box items, some Respect colors. I mean, I've got some dope 110s. Recognize any of these colors?
One might be new.
Some of them are super dope, right? I've got some crankbaits, I've got some Dynas, some Pop Maxes. I've even got some top waters, just tons of random stuff. So I've got a bunch of, new in-box stuff that we have hidden around the site. I even got some open box stuff, and if it's open box, it's just stuff that we would have taken out for Jeff to make an amazing video or, I don't know, picture on Instagram or something. The bait's never been used, but I can't sell it, so there you go, we'll Easter egg it. Now, take a peek around. It's scattered everywhere. I wanted to try to make it simple, but I didn't want to make it too simple, right? So, think of some of the key things that, we may visit all the time. A lot of Megabass pages, right? A lot of JDM pages. So poke around, have a good time. If you guys find some of this, Easter egg things on there, awesome. Enjoy it. Good luck. Now, if some of you are like, dude, I ain't gonna hunt around like that. So I see Jeff. Have you been drinking already? You're bored?
Oh, yeah.
We decided we wanted to try to do something with rods too, but I couldn't really think of what to do with rods. So we decided that inside every one of these, you know what this is, Jeff?
A big tube.
Yeah, this would be a rod tube. So we have a plethora of them right now. We figured we would just do a special Easter egg for everybody. Don't even have to hunt for it.
Oh.
So buy a rod, get an Easter egg. Just like that.
Just like that?
Super simple,
Oh.
right? So the Easter eggs are gonna be minimum of 10% of the rod value. So they could be anything. So if you guys have been thinking about getting a rod and you want to just do something fun, grab yourself one. We're gonna drop that in. Maybe there'll even be two.
Oh, whoa.
We'll see how it
Ooh.
goes. So there you go. The first ever Megabass Easter egg hunt is live. Go for it. Have fun. Good luck. Happy Easter, everyone. All right, let's talk about some new items landing this week, Jeff. So let's start with Nories. We don't talk about Nories very often. Small company, super hyped company right now with Takumi Ito. It's a very, very popular company, but they're small. They don't make stuff in big batches. So usually when it comes in, it's in very small, limited batches, and it flies out really quick. This week is not a lot different than that. I can see the entire Nories shipment is sitting on kind of 2.5 carts of stuff, right? So it's not huge, but if you guys have been waiting on some of this or any of this speaks to you, might be a great time to get it. So let's start here with soft plastic. So the Nories Escape Twin, we have had this before. This is the kind of flip and pitch kind of hog style bait from Nories. These return in a bunch of colors plus some new colors, and we add in the Escape Little Twin to the mix this week as well. And again, there's some new fresh colors in here. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this bait, let's just open up the package. We're gonna sacrifice this guy. Maybe I'll save this open package for another Easter egg time. So there's a look at the Escape Twin. Now, this is the little Escape Twin, right? So the smaller size. So just a great kind of all around, you know, hog style bait. Something just a little bit different. You use a jig trailer, you can flip it, you can pitch it. It's got big paddles. It's got, you know, legs. It's got everything that you would expect on there, right? But a lot of these colors are custom built for their pro staff like Takumi Ito, some of their guide staff, etc. So some soft plastic stuff from Nories. Check that out. They're gonna fly out. Not a big shipment, so definitely scoop those up if you want them. Available now. We also see a new deep water spinnerbait. Okay, so this is the Crystal S Power Roll in the 3/4 ounce size. So a bunch of colors. See if I can not drop it. I've had 3 sips already. It's going south quickly. So all kinds of colors, from whites to reds to shads to bluegills, right? So the Power Roll is designed to be, Nories is famous for their spinnerbaits. A couple different things that their spinnerbaits are famous for. First off, they're known for using super high quality wire. So a very high quality thin wire that vibrates hard but has a ton of resilience to it, right? So you can abuse it, you can put it through the paces, but it's still gonna be very, very flexible, and it's gonna have a lot of give to it, right? They're also famous for having what they call a V blade. So it's a special cut on their blades that gives off a different vibration, but it also kind of gives off a different flashing look as it's spinning. So it's just a different look underwater than what the fish are used to. Now, this guy is a 3/4 ounce. It's designed for fishing deep on strong line around cover. That's really the intent behind this. So if you guys are fishing deep wood, deep trees, deep brush piles, one of the challenges of fishing some of that deeper cover is you want a bait that has a lot of vibration to it, but you usually have to fish it on heavy line, and so you have to kind of bridge the gap. Do I want to use heavy line and a light wire thing that's just going to kind of flex and not pull the fish out of cover, right? So this is designed to solve those problems. Normal stuff, hand-tied skirt, great hook on the back, and then the head is specifically designed for kind of coming up and through cover, brush, that type of stuff. So again, just a different spinnerbait to add to the arsenal. Might be perfect for you guys. So there you go. That is the Crystal S Power Roll 3/4 ounce, available now from Nories. All right, and then I'm just gonna do a real quick thing on this because I ordered 9 million of them and we got like 30. right? So these are going to go out right away, so I don't want to waste too much time. But the Hulachat naked head is available while supplies last. I think there's, what does it look like? It looks like there's 8 or 10 colors over there. So basically this is kind of a blade jig style head that you can attach whatever blade you want. Unlike most, like a chatterbait or something where everything is connected at the front, this is kind of a unique thing that's on top of the head, so it's just gonna vibrate a little bit differently than a normal chatterbait would. So if that speaks to you, want to try something different, those are available now. All right, another item that is super, super limited. It's kind of one of the crazier frogs that I've seen. I'm excited to see Jeff's take on this. This is the Chibi Ebigaeru. I wish people could see your face sometimes when I hold things up, Jeff. So this is a very exciting frog. Can you guess the shape that this is, Jeff? So you know, most frogs are mimicked after a frog.
Right, that's why they're called frogs.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
this isn't, I mean, I just called it a frog, but this is actually a Chibi Ebigaeru.
Chibi Ebigaeru?
Yeah, it's better than a frog.
Chibi Gibi.
No, Chibi Ebigaeru.
Chibi Ebigaeru.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a frog.
It's a floating shrimp.
Huh?
Yeah. It's for when they're on that shrimp bite. Top water shrimp. There you go.
There's no way.
It's the bait you never knew you needed.
No.
That's just amazing.
No way.
Yeah, so it's got, I mean, that's a shrimp, dude.
Bro.
Yeah. So look, it's got the body, it's got the eyes, it's got the dangly things off the front. Right? It's perfect. So it's got a little thing on the bottom so you can attach a blade if you want to add extra, you know, shrimp flash or whatever you want.
Shrimp flash?
Shrimp flash. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Maybe it's a good thing that these are limited, actually, so I don't have 9 million floating shrimps stuck in the store. I think this is going to surprise a lot of people. Nories, it makes amazing baits. What difference does
you know
it
what?
make?
I got it. I figured it out.
Good.
It's for sea bass.
No.
Because sea bass and shrimp probably go more hand in hand than largemouth.
So in Japan, one of the main food sources of bass in Lake Biwa is shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see them floating on top of the water over pads.
Yeah, I've never seen a floating shrimp. And you know what? It doesn't matter, dude. It's just gonna move through the water. It's gonna walk brilliantly.
I see.
It's longer and more slender, and it gives them a look that's different. You know, bass gotta get tired of a frog, right? I mean, how many frog legs could you eat before you're like, fuck, I wish I had a shrimp?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So same idea here.
It.
They're
Okay.
like, hell yeah, shrimp.
Shrimp, baby.
Right. They're gonna smoke it. So there you go. It's in all kinds of colors. You know, shrimpy type colors and frog type colors. Yeah, it's for the hybrid. It's frog shrimp. You got clear shrimp, you got red shrimp, you got frog shrimp, right? Yeah. So there you go, guys.
Available now.
Chibi Ebigaeru, available now. Get them quick before Jeff gets them. You know, I like these Sunday conversations, Jeff.
Conversations?
They really
ridiculous
make my week.
talks.
They really make my week, Jeff. All right.
What now?
Just something that a bass actually eats here.
Okay.
How about a crankbait?
Normal.
Finally, it's talking your language, right? So here you go, guys. The Shot Stormy.
Good heavens.
Magnum. Oh, this is a man's crankbait, right? You know what?
Yeah.
You drink a man's beer, you throw a man's crankbait. Am I right?
That's ridiculous.
I need none of them damn float shrimp. Okay. I don't know where this accent came from or what it is even supposed to be. I should go to acting school, I think. So
I think you'd be great.
What am I even talking about here?
You're talking about
I started
giant
drinking and totally derailed.
What's the
Here you
name?
go, some big ass crankbaits. Okay, so they call these the extra big size crankbait, and we know that that's important. Okay,
Extra big.
Let me spec this out to you once I can find the specs. Where is the spec? Oh, it's on the front of the damn package. So here you go, 102 millimeters, 46 grams. Right, so we're talking about
almost
an
2
ounce
ounces.
and 3/4, almost 2 ounce. So these guys are designed to get down to 2 meters or 3 meters, depending on which one you get. And yes, of course, there has to be 2 different ones, right? So did I pull 2 different ones? Yes, I did. Okay, so there is the regular version of the Shot Stormy Magnum, and there is the TDM version. Okay, so the TDM is designed to be a tighter, more of a flat side version. It's also going to dive closer to 3 meters, so about 12 feet. The regular one is designed to be more of a wide movement. It's going to have more of a true 2 meter dive, so more of like a 6 or 7 foot dive, which is nice because a lot of times when you get these big crankbaits like this, they dive super deep, right? So this is basically like an Evoke 4.0 type size, but that 4.0 goes 4 meters, right? So you can't really fish it shallow or over grass. This guy you can. So it's got a really big lip, so it deflects great. It's totally silent, by the way, okay? Except for that thing. There you go, totally silent. So just a big crankbait, something different. Again, this is not gonna be a very big offering. It's pretty limited in, well, there's a shitload of colors. There's like 12 colors, but very small runs of each. So regular, tight wobbling with the TDM, available now from Nories. All right, you gotta have some yin and some yang.
Absolutely,
right?
That's life.
So to balance out that big ass crankbait, I bring you this small ass spinnerbait. So from Tiemco, this is part of their Critter Tackle line. This is the Curepop Spin. Now these guys are available in a 7 gram, which I have here, which would be a 1/4 ounce. Also a 3.5 gram, which would be an 1/8 ounce. So for you BFS guys, this is gonna be super, super dope. Now they're pretty limited in colors, but the colors they have are really good ones. Here, I'll take one out. So you were just looking at Wakasagi, it's the bluegill. So these are pretty cool. Very, very small, very compact. I mean, I can hardly even hold it, it's so small. So you can see how tiny this dude is, right? So for you guys that, you know, BFS fish, or maybe, I mean, a 7 gram could easily throw on a spinning rod or a, you know, a lighter casting combo. This could be a really dope little thing to throw. So again, just something different. It's tiny, it's cool. From Tiemco. Jeff, you look so confused.
It's just really small.
It's really small. That's what she says.
I would say that is a nice crappie lure.
This would be a dope crappie lure, but do you know what else is a dope crappie lure?
What is it?
Magdraft, 6-inch Magdraft.
I know a couple guys who have caught some crappie on that thing.
They smoked that thing. So yeah, it could be a dope crappie lure. It'd be a really cool like pond lure, maybe a stream, like little streams, little rivers.
That's true.
Griff, would you throw this?
Yes.
Because it's cool, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's all you need to know, guys. So there you go. The Curepop Spin from Tiemco, available now.
Where do you think they come up with these names?
Oh, they probably thought that was something super dope.
Like Curepop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Curepop.
Curepop.
All right, Jeff.
Talk to me.
One of the best baits and most popular baits in Japan, and a bait that just can't get figured out here in the U.S.
Okay.
So, you guys should be the first. The Silent Killer. So, Silent Killer 175 comes back, and some new colors. We see largemouth, we see new black, we see the Wakasagi colors come as well. So this is the new version. This is a crank down. You can weight it, you can crank it down, right? It has that spring-loaded weight in the head that's gonna give you that great vibration and that great pop. A super dope bait, 175 millimeters, 2.5 ounce, so an easy one to throw. So those all return this week from Deps in the 175. We also see new colors come in the 115. Now this is actually one of our best selling ones. Something about this smaller size, I think it's just easy for guys to throw, right? So we see a new baby bass pattern, a new rainbow trout, new Wakasagi come. So they've taken some of the colors now from the slide swimmers and brought them into the Silent Killers. So, I mean, dude, that thing's dope, don't you think?
Around the spawn right now?
Yeah.
With the bass fry around?
Yeah, you're gonna get all those baby bass chilling. So, hey, you can deep tracer this. It's a very popular deep tracer item. So yeah, if you guys want to deep tracer it, which is the Ryugi weight, just bring it down deep. It is going to be a floating bait, so it's great for deflecting off cover. So this is a really easy, again, it could be a wake bait, so you can fish it on top, you can crank it down and fish it just below the surface. So super dope. Spec this guy out. It's 115 millimeters. What's the weight of this guy? 20 grams. So a little less than 3/4 of an ounce. So you've got a couple options there. You've got little baby bass, or you got mama bass.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys can choose how you want to do. So new colors and restock on some old ones, available now from Deps. The size of bass that Griff catches. Also the size of bass that Griff catches. Yeah. All the sizes that you catch are in a lure and in a package now from Deps.
That goes hand in hand.
Yeah, look at that. You get a 3/4 ounce bass and a 2 ounce bass. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slide swimmers. More your speed? Okay. Something without a lip, something you can truly glide. So the new Slide Swimmer 175 has been super hot. They've improved the 175. It used to be the 175 was just kind of right? 250 was dope, 175 is kind of But the new 175, they put the stabilizer fins, they've put the new body condom on it. It has that, you know, knock in there. So you get all the benefits that you have in a 250 just in a smaller size now. So we see Butch Brown Emerald Trout come back. We see Japan Rainbow Trout, which I think is the coolest color. We also see Largemouth come back. We see Nude Black. There's a bunch of colors too. Blueback Herring. So all those colors return. So if you guys have been waiting on the 175, this is a great time to pick these up. And again, just to spec it out for you guys, 175 millimeters, 2.8 ounce. This is the slow sinking version. So it will be the one that's slow sink and it has that knock inside. So there you go. From Deps, available now.
Dude, that emerald one is so much cooler.
Let's put it to a vote.
Okay.
All right, Jeff and I are disagreeing.
As always.
Okay. I think they're both great colors.
I
Butch
think so
Brown
too.
Emerald Trout, Japanese Rainbow Trout. I much prefer this one.
Yeah,
it's
but
more
this
subtle.
one's so dope.
It's really not.
Look at the flash. Look at the green. The pink stands out. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want pink standing out. They're eating stalker trout, dude.
Yeah,
This one is
stalkers
definitely
look like
better.
this.
No, I've never seen a stalker in my life that looks like this.
They're insane.
Which color do you guys think is better? They're both dope, right? Who's right, me or Jeff? I'd offer you to bet something, but I sadly lost my bet last week. Yeah, half a stash. Yeah. Hey, it's shame on you while we're talking about bets. Look, there just weren't that many of those evergreen bumper spinning spool.
I see.
Guard.
Oh, you're
what were
getting
they
mad
called
at the people
again?
for not buying
They were
them.
just supposed to buy them all out.
Oh, thank God
They were
they
supposed
didn't.
to save me on that bet.
See,
I feel naked.
they knew.
There's nothing left.
They knew.
Shame. All right, while we're on Deps, big restock and some new color additions in the B Custom line of spinnerbaits. Now, we talk about the B Custom a few times a year when we get big restocks in. B Custom, actually the first bait that put Deps on the map, and it's still regarded as the spinnerbait that all the other spinnerbaits are measured up to in Japan. It's designed for, you know, fishing on the bottom. It's designed for structure fishing. It, of course, has, you know, custom designed blades by Deps, but really what makes this spinnerbait worth the money is A, it gets bit, but B, it hooks them beautifully. So when the fish bite, that wire bends just enough to where the hook point kind of gets a better angle so that it penetrates their mouth on a long cast in deep water, and you land fish on this guy, which can be a challenge sometimes with a deep water spinnerbait. So bunch of new colors, 3/8 ounce, half ounce. There's also some heavier sizes over there. So if you guys like Deps spinnerbaits, this one might be worth checking out. The B Custom. We also see a big restock this week in Evokes. So these guys have been flying in, flying out. So real bluegill, pond gill, chartreuse back in the 1.2 size, in the 2.0 size, 1.8s are back. Even the big 4.0s, we were just talking about those. Those return as well. So if you guys have been waiting on Evokes, this is a great time to grab them back in stock. All right, a couple of new items from Deps. We teased this in the opening. This is the brand new 3-inch size of Rebound stick. Now the Rebound stick is a super popular soft plastic, basically like a Senko type style, right? Now we offer 3-inch size, and the 3-inch size is going to come in some colors like black, green pumpkin blue, some colors that aren't offered in the larger sizes. I'll save the green pumpkin because I know you guys are going to want that one. Let's open up a pack of Scuppernong here. All right, so the 3-inch size, you could certainly use this as a Senko. Could you imagine how miserable your life must be if you had to use a 3-inch Rebound stick as a Senko? I would quit bass fishing.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, I would literally quit bass fishing. I guess unless you're like BFSing. But For me, this is going to be something that you can drop shot, something that you could neko rig, something obviously really finesse because it's really, really tiny, right? But you can see that if you're drop shotting this guy, the shape of this, see how it kind of has that bulbous back end, it's just going to quiver and you're going to get a lot of action out of it. So a nice, small, tiny, finesse offering from Deps, which they don't do that often, right? So if you guys like small little finesse plastics, smallmouth, stream fishing, ponds, that kind of stuff, you're going to smoke one of these things. So the 3-inch rebound stick, available now from Deps.
That's it.
That's it? That's the one?
That's it, Chief.
Wow.
I'll take that over a quiver worm.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. You could have one Deps item, slide swim or a 3-inch rebound stick.
3-inch rebound. It'll take me further.
You'll catch more fish. All right, we also see some new colors this week in the Deps Clap Craw. Okay, so we see the addition of a June bug, there's a true green pumpkin, right? Some various other green pumpkin and watermelon takes. Now, the Clap Craw is a really good soft plastic craw for punching or flipping when you don't need a lot of tentacles, right? So it's a very stripped down, very basic kind of worm shape. It has the rib bottom. Now it is kind of grooved in the head there to allow it to still have some head movement. So you've got this front side here to accommodate the hook, and then the back piece of it can move. So just, again, great for heavy cover. It also works great as a jig trailer. We need something just super finessey, but really for the heavy cover use, this is a really good option. So again, some exciting new colors in that from Deps, available now. And then while we're on soft plastics, just a quick note, Yamamoto has been completely run over in the store. I know if you guys have been in the store and you've looked at our Yamamoto section, which is usually big and beautiful, it's been like gone, right? So everything is back. So if you guys have been waiting on, I mean, literally everything, we spent all day yesterday filling it all back up. So Senkos, all colors Senkos are back, Fat Ikas are back, Hula Grubs are back, Zakos are back, right? So if you're a Yamamoto fan, anything you can think of, it's all available again now. All right, while we are on restocks, a couple real quick restocks to let you guys know about. Megabass fans, all the soft plastic swim baits return. So if you guys have been waiting on Hazardong shads, spark shads, whatever, they return. Almost all Magdrafts return as well. I know albino pearl shad has been like the color of the year, like every year. That one's not expected back until early summer, probably, but all the other colors are back. Whiteback shad, perch, gizzard, all those, right? So those return. We also see a big restock in rock hogs. So the green pumpkin rock hog in the 3-inch is back. All the sizes are back, but the 3-inch is a great flipping size. Free rig size, those returns. Those returns. All right. Last of the batch, if you guys have been waiting or looking for something just slightly different, the Megabass Sling Shad. This is the fluke style bait from Megabass. It's offered in 3 different colors. It's the last of the batch. So if you guys love this thing, definitely scoop them up. Once they're gone, I'm not sure the ETA on these again because they're putting all their focus now on making the new Hazardong drop shot baits, replenishing their swim baits, so on and so forth. So there you go, the Sling Shad, just a very traditional fluke style bait. It's got a little bit longer tail, so it's going to have just a slightly different action to it. Some really nice colors. So those are available again. Last of the batch. When they're gone, they're gone. So definitely scoop those up if those speak to you. All right, while we are on Megabass, just a couple other hard bait restocks to note. The Vatalions are back in stock in all the key colors. So the GG Gill, the Bass, Wild Gills, all those return. It's a great springtime bait. It's designed just to be like a lipless. You can get it to glide a little bit and it will have kind of an S motion to it as you move it, or you can just cast and retrieve and it's gonna be a real tight kind of lipless motion. So those all return. Also, I think we talked about these last week, but I made an Instagram post this week and people went nutty like, oh, finally they're back. So I don't know if I didn't do it or if maybe everybody was asleep by the time we got to it. That could be it. Jeff's shaking his head, yes. The X Nanahans return. So both in the regular and the +1s. There's still a decent supply, but this is probably going to be it for a while on this bait. So if you guys have been waiting, this is a great time to pick these guys up. All the key colors, GP Ito Canary, GG Baby Perch, Ito Morocco. If you guys don't know about the X Nanahan, oh, open box. This could be an Easter egg. going to be something that I'm going to have to do every so often,
Yeah.
right? This is a small, it's a 75 millimeter bait. It does have a casting weight system in there, so you can cast really well, but it's designed to have the exact same action as the original Edo Vision 110. So it's a slightly different shape, but it's shaped to give it the perfect 110 action. So if you're catching them on a 110 and you just need to really downsize, the X Nanahan could be a great one. Again, it's available in a regular lip and a +1 lip in some really, really dope colors. And there's Edo Morocco. I think that's probably the best baitfish pattern. It's just super, super sexy, transparent, super dope. So anyways, those are back. And then going the opposite way, the 110 Max Lbo returns this week. So all the key colors in that are back. So, you know, matte shad, Gilco, you know, Wakasagis, all the colors that you can imagine are back in this guy. If you guys aren't familiar with the Max Lbo, it's the same shape as the original 110, but this guy replaced the 110 Magnum. Okay, so it's 135 millimeters, 3/4 ounce, and it is going to be a slow floating jerkbait, more of a, I would say, a mid floating jerkbait. So it's a great one for working in shallow water over the tops of grass. You can see it's got a little wider back end, and that's to accommodate that LBO casting system, right? So it's a really big LBO weight. So when you cast, that flings to the back to give you just like rocket cast, and then snaps in place, of course, once you start the retrieve, and then will stay in place. Because of that kind of rounder back end, this bait is going to have less side to side movement. It's going to have more top to bottom flash. So you're going to get a lot of this kind of big profile movement out of it as it's moving, right? So every time you move it, it's going to kind of have that flash to it. So a super dope bait. Definitely does not get utilized enough, especially this time of the year when shad starts spawning. You get all that big full-size shad. You can absolutely smoke them on this thing when everybody else is just throwing the regular 110. So the Max Lbo back in stock. All right, we also see a big restock from Kasumi Designs this week. This is a bait that I've never really understood. We sell a ton of them. This is the Dancing Bone Doctor. So both sizes are back, the 3.5 and the 2.5 inch size. We've talked about this thing before, right, Jeff? It just looks like a dead skeleton. It's got a lot of movement to it. You guys must be catching a ton of fish on it because you buy it like crazy. So you get 7 pieces in each bag on the small size, 4 on the big one. So if you guys have been waiting for those return. We also see a return of the IU clone. Now, this is a bait that I do understand from Kasumi Design. So this is a soft plastic glide bait. It's designed to move just like a hard glide would. It is jointed, so you've got a great action in it. It does have a little bit of a chin piece there, or a little like line tie that you could attach a weight, so you can weight it down. You can get it in whatever depth you want to. So all the key colors in the IO clone return this week from Kasumi Design. We also have a fresh batch of our hand-tied punch skirts. So these have been out for some time, just in time for flipping season. Jeff, we were just flipping and punching down there on the Colorado, and this was a key piece to what we were doing. Sometimes you just need to add a little bit of a bulk to it, right? So if you guys have been waiting for these, it's a super hard plastic bead. So what's nice about the plastic is this plastic will not crack when tungsten hits it, but it's really light, so it won't sink your bait or alter the action to it. So a bunch of colors come back. So you've got, you know, sprayed grass type colors, right? Grass cutter, straight green pumpkin. You've got the green pumpkin copper. You've got your black blues. So if you guys have been waiting for, oops, black blue down. You've been waiting for punch skirts, those return as well. And I should note, these are all hand tied in Japan, right? So it's a pretty labor intensive process that goes through these things, but super dope. Definitely a must have in the arsenal, available now. All right, one more quick restock note. OSP brings back a bunch of stuff. Big week and big return in the Iwaver 60 this week. So this is a 60 millimeter, real finesse, kind of bait finesse-y type bait here. But a lot of guys are using it just on spinning or lighter tackle. It's a really, really subtle bait. Now this is in the super slow sinking version. So you can see it's just got that little joint at the head, right? And it's got a little tail section. It's designed to just look very, very natural, very subtle movement in the water. So kind of that eye motion thing that we talk about a lot that really is designed to not really do anything. Very similar, but this is designed to just do just enough to where it looks lifelike, right? So if you guys have been waiting for those return, all the key colors return. The Iwaver is back from OSP. We also see a big restock in crawlers this week. So next week, Jeff, we should see the new Ginormica MMZ. We'll see. It's sitting in custom, so should have been here this week, but next week we should see it. Giant 13-incher, right?
I'm buying all of them.
I know you've been waiting on that one. This week you're gonna have to settle for crawlers, okay? So OSP Dolive Crawler, they make an amazing crawler. It's a little bit thicker bodied than most crawlers, so it just lends itself to do a lot of different things. You can certainly wacko rig it, but you can neko rig it, you can free rig it, you can drop shot it, right? So all the key colors and all the key sizes, the 3.5, the 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, those all return. Definitely worth having in the arsenal. We also see a big restock in jerkbait. So just touch base real quick. All the Varunas and all the Rudras return, okay? So in the Varuna, just to make sure you guys remember, the Varuna has an SP version, so it's 110 SP. So this would be a great 110 alternative, just for something different, okay? So there's the original 110 SP, it's gonna have some rattles, right, suspends. There's also the Spec 2, which is totally silent, right? So just a great silent alternative. And then there's the floating version, okay? So the floating version is great when you just need to keep it really, really shallow over aquatic vegetation, that kind of stuff. So 3 different versions of that. And then the Rudras also return in all the key colors. Now the Rudras have 2 versions. They have a true suspend, and then they have a moderate slow float. So the true suspend is gonna be more of like a Lucky Craft suspend, where it twitches, and then when you pause it, it stays perfectly still, right? The moderate slow float is gonna be more like a Megabass suspend, where you twitch it, and then it's gonna have that kind of real slow float up, similar to a 110. So the Rudra 130 is a great one. We just need to upsize a little bit. Those return. New little tiny finesse bait from Little Jack, the Micro Forma Addict. You need to zoom, Jeff? You need me to hold them closer? So this is a tiny little sucker, 25 millimeters, 2.1 gram, right? So this is like extreme bait finesse, or super small spinning, I guess, either way.
Rod?
Fly rod?
Yeah.
Exactly. I forgot you're a big fly rod guy now.
Huge.
Look at this. This is going to go down here quick. Get a girl, turn into a fly fisherman. What is the world coming to?
That's how this works.
All right, Jeff.
Don't fumble it now.
For you fly rod people.
Ugh. Look how tiny that thing.
Here you go. I can't even
Dude,
hardly hold it. I have to hold it on the...
Your fingers cover all.
There you go. So, really cool. Really cool little bait. It's got this little fin on the back designed to stabilize.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
It's designed to work as a lipless. You can also just kind of lift and drop, right? So it's so small. Really what you're getting here is you're getting profile. So when the fish are feeding on tiny, tiny little things, now you have just this micro little profile. Could be really cool. Could be exciting to fish if you guys use little things. So those are available now from Little Jack. You want that? Here, put it in your hand. Look at that thing. All right, Jeff, I know all you want me to do is talk about floating shrimp.
Yeah.
Right? You want to return back to that? Well, you could just rewind that part.
Okay.
Yeah, over and
Got
over
it.
again. But let's talk about some reel handles instead. All right, new from ZPI, we get some more Zelos handles. These are going to be machine cut 92 millimeter. 92 millimeter seems to be a perfect all-around size, not too big for normal reels. So if you guys are just looking for a handle alternative, maybe on one of those Japanese made, like something like a Zillion, where it's just maybe a little too small, or an SVT wing, or just a little bit too small, you can up to the 92 millimeter and get just a little bit beefier handle. What's great about the ZPI is that they literally weigh nothing, right? So these will fit both Shimano and Daiwa, and I don't know, maybe one of those other brands if you guys actually, I don't think anybody that watches this channel uses anything but Shimano and Daiwa. But there you go, you've got the EVA foam grips, it's all sitting on bearings, and the handles literally, I mean, feel that, Jeff, it weighs nothing. All right, so you can put it on a super light reel, you can put it on a heavier reel, it'll stand up. You know, ZPI is famous for making just super, super durable stuff. So there you go, just some alternatives, a couple different colors, new this week. And let's talk about this little dude for a second. So new for us from SLP Works, we've been trying to get these in since they released these at the end of last year. This is the Daiwa LT Quick Drag Knob. Now this is the A version, okay? So this is going to be essentially, it's a knob to replace your knob. I just like saying knob, right? So this is what comes on them. This is what you could replace it with if you wanted to. Now the A version is going to fit reels like the Kage, so the Kage MQ, the Kage LT, Ballistics, Tatulas, Luvius. That's what this is going to fit, okay? Hopefully we'll get the other ones that will fit the Exist and the Certate in here soon. But let me just demonstrate this to you guys really quick so you understand what this does. So the idea behind the quick change knob is a lot of times you need your drag setting on spinning to be two different things. You need it to be a little bit tighter when you set the hook, but then when the fish surges, you need it to be a little bit looser, right? And so the old school way was you would have, you would back reel, right? So what happens a lot of times, especially when you're using micro line, right? Really light line, or maybe you're even using like 5, 6, 7 pound line, but it's nicking up. You're having to throw it over a bush with like a little micro jig, or you're dragging on rocks and the stuff is nicking, right? And the fish is surging, and you've got to kind of back it forward or back it down, right? You have to kind of twist it 3 or 4 times to really loosen that reel, right? So for instance, this is the one that comes on a Kage MQ. You can see that it's fairly tight. For me to loosen that up, there's 1 full turn, not much. 2 full turns gives me a looser spool, right? So with the quick adjust knob, or the quick drag knob, we can replace that with the SLP version, and now everything is going to happen exponentially faster, right? Okay, so it's about the same place it is, right? So it's tight. Now it's just a small little turn. It's turning, right? So it's much, much looser and much quicker. So if you're fighting fish, right, and you hook one and you need it to be loose, literally you can just go like that, and all of a sudden it's super loose on there, and they can zip off a line. So it's just a way, and then again, you can just half turn back, and it's stout again, right? So half a turn gets you about 2 full turns in a traditional one, which is nice. So just another option to let you guys fight fish. They're somewhere around the $35 price point we were talking earlier. So an inexpensive way, if you guys are fighting fish a lot on your drag, it could be a nice addition. Of course, it's going to be all fully weather sealed and everything that you would expect out of something from SLP. So available now, pretty limited supply, but if you guys have a Kage, if you have a Ballistic, if you have something like that, might be a great addition to it. Available now. Let's talk about a few new Sims items, and we'll jump over to some rods. Your favorite topic, Jeff. So you know that I'm a huge fan of Sims flip-flops.
Absolutely.
I've talked about them a lot here. Sims has discontinued the Atoll flip that I have worn for years and years and years.
Of course
and they've re-released it as a Challenger flip, okay? So you get 2 colors. You get a gray and a black, right? So let's talk about these really quick. I'm actually wearing these today. It's time, right? It's in the 90s here, so it's time to bring the flips back. So what makes a Sims flip-flop better than like a Reef or something that you would get at a regular store? Well, here's the reason I love Sims. So most flip-flops, like if you went to like a surf shop, flip-flops are generally designed to just be kind of a casual lifestyle type thing, right? You walk to the beach, you go hang out in the sand, or you just walk down the street, or you're just chilling, right? Well, Sims builds their flip-flops for actually standing in all day, right? So there's a big difference. So the soles, they have a right angle footbed. It's a very durable sole that's designed to absorb and take the weight over an 8 or 10 hour standing day. The bottom of the flips, most flips are a real hard rubber like you would get in a sneaker. It's designed to stand up to street use and walking around and that kind of stuff. But you guys know if you wear those, it's so hard that when it gets wet, it gets real slick. This is designed for boat use. So even if it gets wet, it still will stick to your trolling motor, it'll stick to your deck, it'll stick to the side of your boat as you're maneuvering around, so you don't slip, you don't slide, right? It dries super quick. Now what the Challenger flip does that the Atoll flip didn't is the upper is totally different now. So now it's kind of a stretchy, quick dry material, so it's a little bit more form-fitting to your foot, but then once it's on, you don't really feel it's there. It's kind of like an elastic waistband would be, right? So as you step up, it flexes and it dries instantly. You guys will know if you own the Atolls, once you get it wet, the actual flip dries, but the top stays wet for a little while. That's gone now. So everything's gonna dry super quick. So dope to get them back. A bunch of sizes all the way from, you know, little tiny feet, like your Jeff guy. What are you, like a size 2? 4?
6.
6, right? So cute little sizes like that, all the way up to big men's size like a 14, right? So grab them, new from Sims. And they went down in price. So now they're in that $50 price range, which is nice. So there you go, new from Sims, gray and black. All right, finally, Jeff, we got the hats you've been asking me to bring in.
Thank goodness.
Right. You know what? I would pay for you to wear this and be a part of this segment. How much? 20 bucks? You gotta talk about how amazing it is. You gotta sit here and wear it though.
There's no shot.
No?
No shot.
Dude, this was designed for you. Nothing screams style like this thing. Yeah, what is this?
Tell me what it is.
Super light solar sombrero.
Sombrero.
Yeah, in the camo. Oh, dude, this is way better to hook up at. And you got a chin strap.
Well,
this thing is dope. In the camo too, right?
Yeah.
So they used to come in like a gray.
Yeah.
Those weren't cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Camo? Camo's in right now.
The desert camo.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need that. Okay. They're dope. They're a sombrero, right? Should we make another bet? These are gonna sell out. What do you want to bet this time? Don't disappoint me, people. Buy these things because they're super dope. And tag Jeff. Has anybody tagged you in the spinning reel? Evergreen spinning bumper spool?
No.
No, like 7 people bought them. So disappointing. All right, moving on. Flyweight backpack from Sims. Now, we've talked about this flyweight system before. This is super dope with this webbing. You can attach all kinds of Sims accessories to this to make it as expandable as you want or as streamlined as you want. This is a real robust, it is a framed rigid backpack. The frame inside is designed to carry a lot of weight if you guys want to really lug stuff around. It is padded in the back. Of course, you know, all the little touches that are quintessential Sims are on there. It also has the padded waist buck. It's on there, Jeff. The padded waist buckle as well. So, you know, most of you guys are probably thinking, who the hell would have this much tackle that you would need a backpack so robust with so much padding? I can't think of anybody either.
Not a single person comes to mind.
So, I mean, dude, look at how confusing I can make tackle next time. I'm just gonna load this thing up with so much crap.
I could put a lot of flies in there.
So on the sides, they have big compartments in here that you can put rod tubes or extra rods. So you guys are carrying multi-piece rods. It's actually long enough to put a whole multi-piece rod inside. There's zipped packs, and the whole thing is pretty lightweight, right? So it doesn't weigh a whole lot. So just a great option for more of like your longer range trips. You guys are traveling really far, maybe doing overnight or something like that. Could be a great option. So new from Sims, those are available now. All right, enough of that sombrero. It's hard to see in here. If I was in the sun though, that thing would be dope.
I bet
especially in that camo pattern. Let's talk reels for a second and we'll dive into some rods. Super dope rods I'm really excited about. Okay, we see a restock in a new size edition, or gear ratio edition I should say, in the Daiwa Steez A T-Wing Hyper Long Cast. So now we see the 6.3 gear ratio and the 7.1 gear ratio. There's also the 8 gear ratio as well. So this is the new HLC. This is the Hyper Drive design. We've talked about it, I think, once before in here, but just a super sick reel if you guys are looking to maximize casting distance. SLP has worked with Daiwa to basically create the same, you know, frame as a Steez A. It's just lighter, and it's got a different spool to maximize cast distance. Made in Japan, so it's exquisitely smooth. You still get the mag seal. You get all the stuff that you would get in a Steez A. It's a little bit more of like a dark blue color. Pretty matchy-matchy today, right? But great at just incredibly long distance stuff. So if that speaks to you guys and you need a little extra range out of your cast, there you go, the Steez A Hyper Long Cast, available now. And I should add, while we're on this topic, like if you're debating between a Steez A, Steez HLC, dude, it's a Steez. They're all amazing, right? The advantage of going with the HLC is you do get the new hyperdrive design, right? So everything's gonna be reinforced. You get the new casting control system plus the HLC. So, you know, get the Steez A for like chucking and winding stuff, right? If you're just running down the bank, you're making short little accurate casts, Steez A, of course, right? But if you're out and you're just bombing really long casts across points, or you gotta throw a lipless 100 miles across a flat or something like that, this could be a really sick option for you. So definitely worth checking out, available now. And then just a quick note from Shimano. We see a big restock finally in Tranx and Curado 150s. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on the Tranx, the 300 and the 400. Those return finally from Curado, or from Shimano. So great news, as well as the Curado 150. All right, while we're talking about Curados, Jeff, 2 new additions to the Curado line. So a couple key ones I think are worth noting. New this week, the 610 Medium Baitcaster. So this was modeled after that 610 Medium X-Pride that so many of you guys loved for jerk baits and walking topwater baits and that kind of stuff. So same specs, basically modeled just after it, medium power, fast action, so could be a great addition. We also see a brand new 7.2 medium heavy glass, right? So this will be a good maybe square bill, small crank rod, right? So if you guys have been liking the Curado line lineup, now there's a true medium heavy glass gonna bend through the middle, so it's a glass composite. So it could be a great option for you. So that is new this week from Shimano. We also see a big restock from Daiwa this week in rods. So spinning rods return, 7-foot medium specifically. This is kind of the go-to size for free rig, drop shot, Texas rig, just a beautiful bend on it. So if you guys have been waiting on that, those return. We also see the majority of casting rods return as well. 7.2 power pitch that Jeff and I love. This guy, the 7.2 medium, which is just an amazing rod. This is kind of like a light Mad Bull, if you guys are used to the Mad Bull. So walking topwater, it's just an all-around reaction bait rod for like 3/8 and ½ ounce stuff, right? So kick knocker pups, dog X, pop max, that kind of stuff. Sick ass rod, 7.2 medium, that returns. And we also see a return just in time for jackhammer season of the jackhammer rod from Evergreen. So a lot of you guys have been waiting on this guy. Big restock this week on these. So you guys have been looking for the ultimate, you know, chatterbait rod. This guy was designed to just be the one and done chatterbait rod. So if you guys are throwing things like 3/8, half, and then occasionally like a 3/4 or 1 ounce, this is definitely the rod to get. If you guys never go above ½ ounce, you get away with some of the lighter rods that we talk about around here. But if you're just looking for all-around use, this could be a great one. Those return. And then a huge P5 restock this week. Pretty much, I think this is the first time that all the casting rods have been in stock since a couple months ago, right? So return of things like the 110 stick, the Mad Bull, the X-Bites, all those come back in. So if you guys have been waiting, the 110 stick, I mean, I cannot say enough good things about this. It is a small stock, so they're gonna sell out pretty quick. Jeff's shaking his head yes, because every time Jeff and I talk about this stick, it's amazing, right? So it's 6.5, 1/4 to 3/4. It is probably the most sensitive rod in their line. It's amazing. So if you guys are looking for the ultimate jerkbait rod, this is it. P5 110 stick returns, as well as all the casting models in the P5. All right, Jeff, let's talk about some of the most beautiful JDM rods that I've seen. Really excited about this. So we've talked a lot about Smith in Japan. Smith is known in Japan as like the trout brand. All trout baits and rods and everything are kind of mirrored around what Smith does, right? They pivot, everybody pivots, right? Smith has been really getting into bass and saltwater as well, expanding their brand into the other genres. So where a lot of bass companies like Megabass, Lucky Craft, right, they're getting into trout to try to expand their offerings, Smith is going the opposite way. It's a trout brand. It's really getting into bass and saltwater stuff now as well. And they're taking a lot of their trout tech, bringing it into the bass game, and you can see it in some of these rods. So we're going to start right here. These are the Smith Twirler V-Specs. Okay, so 3 models come in this, and You bait finesse guys are going to be excited about the first two, and then you non-bait finesse guys are going to be excited about the third one, okay? So this is the bait finesse Axis. This is a 6.5, 1/16 to 3/8 ounce, okay? It's a medium light, fast action. You can see it's just absolutely beautiful styling, right? So just, I mean, perfectly styled. No edge to anything on Smith, which is, you know, maybe because I'm so used to all those shitty-ass Loomis edges around all the cork and just, you know, half-ass stuff going on, that when I see one that's just perfect, I love it, right? So just a beautiful styled rod. This rod is so sick. If you guys are looking for a one-piece bait finesse rod for throwing, I would say hard baits, okay? You could get away with some soft bait action on this as well, but it's got lots of beautiful bend there at the tip for loading those lightweight baits. This will be incredible for you guys. So it's good. All the Smith stuff is going to be in the higher end. It's all going to be in that $400 to $600 price point, but just exquisitely beautiful. So there you go. There is that option. There is also a 6.9 bait finesse advanced. Okay, so similar styling. This guy's going to be 6.9, 1/16 to 3/8 medium light, fast action. So same specs, right? Same beautiful style, but this one's going to be a little bit more powerful, just that extra length. This one, I would say, would make an amazing like light jerkbait rod, something like that X Nanahan that we talked about before. Any of like 110 junior and smaller, this rod's going to be so sick, right? Or maybe you're looking for a bait finesse rod that you could throw out on big water on a lake. This rod would be amazing. So there you go. There's that one. And then a rod that Jeff and I were playing with a little bit earlier. This is the Invincible Cranker, a 7.1 medium heavy glass rod. Okay, so now this is ferruled at the grip. Okay, so it will come apart at the grip, but again, once it's attached, it's probably never going anywhere. That's a pretty normal Japan system. So just to spec it out for you guys, 7.1 obviously, 3/8 to 1.25 ounces, 8 to 20 pound fluoro, medium heavy, moderate fast glass rod. I mean, it's a dope rod. The power is right, the taper is right, square bills, light chatterbaits, all that kind of stuff. If you guys are just looking for something just different and amazing, just the little highlights like the purple hues coming through the coat and stuff. I mean, just super well thought out rods. So those are available now. All right, and then going back to their roots, and I should mention that with all these Smith rods, availability is going to be super limited, right? So there is a, you know, no questions asked 1-year warranty on all of these rods, 3-year warranty through Japan. For the first year, we can help you facilitate as well. Okay, so super good warranty there. But the availability, just because it's a small brand and they build really high-end stuff, it's not going to be a constant flow. So if any of these speak to you, definitely scoop them up. Okay, a couple models to talk about in this little dude. Okay, so this is from Smith. This is the B Sticky Trout series. Okay, so they want you to be sticky, Jeff. Kinky. So there you go. This is going to be kind of a stripped down multi-piece bait finesse rod designed for fishing streams and really tight quarters. Okay, so they're both in that 5.5 foot. This is an ultralight. This is a light, so 5.7. Nope, 5.7 ultralight, 5.5 ultralight. Okay, there's a couple different models. Now, you're going to notice that it's got this kind of bright chartreuse on it, right? The design for this is when you're in tight quarters, a lot of times you have to really pay attention to your rod and where it's moving to know when to let go, right? So this is designed to throw all the way down to 1 gram, right? So it's like a 1 to 4 gram rod. Let me see if I can even spec it out. 1 to 7 gram. Okay, 1 to 7 gram. So if you're throwing a 1 or 2 gram item, you really got to have your timing perfect. So having that kind of brighter tip on there lets you see it as it's transitioning and moving forward. They weigh nothing, super comfortable, super cool little rod, so might speak to you. And then on the spinning side, again, designed for trout, probably the most exquisitely built spinning rod I've ever seen. This is part of the Trout and Spin system. This is their new limited. Okay, so Noir. Sure, limited. It means new. That's what they were trying to say. So, I mean, just a gorgeous rod. I mean, from the paint, to the hardware up here, the hand-carved wood reel seat, to the cork. I mean, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous rod. So a couple of different models in here. They are 2-piece, right? And they will come with a sleeve. So again, if you guys are looking for just something elevated for really light line spinning, again, designed for trout or pond fishing, but obviously it's more about the bait size and the lure size than anything here. So just a couple of gorgeous offerings from Smith there, new this week. All right, guys, that is a wrap for us. Good week, Jeff.
I liked it.
Good week, sir.
Good JDM stuff.
Floating shrimp, dead trout, sick ass
Sims
trout rods. Yep.
Yeah.
Sims hat, sombrero, baby. That's what you need. We'll be seeing Jeff next week in the solar sombrero.
Absolutely.
Camo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, if you have questions on anything we covered, drop them down below in the comments. I will definitely get to it. Jeff will leave links to the products, so if you guys want to check any of them out closer, you can. And just as a reminder, while they're available, there are some Easter eggs around. I don't know. Maybe they're not available anymore. Maybe as we've been talking, you guys have found all the Easter eggs. So good luck, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Happy whatever it is that you guys celebrate. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Give your family a hug. Thank you guys for the support in the business, and we will see you next week. Cheers, Jeff.
Adios.
Peace, guys.